Hi heathens! So today's video I'm going to be revisiting an old makeup item that I genuinely just did not enjoy. This is a product that a lot of people rave about, and I figured, to be quite honest, I may have been somehow using it wrong. So we're going to revisit it, see if I do like it. And it's very strange because, okay, so it's the Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation. I have the shade Soft Ivory. So this is the original. They just came out with a dewy version, which leads me to believe that this was a more matte version, which in theory should mean that it's a little better for oily skin, which I have, except for like right here. So that being said, most of the people that I've seen enjoy this foundation have not oily skin. They have more dry skin. So it confuses me a little bit because I'm like, okay, so maybe it's not just not for my skin type. But also, when I first started using this, I was applying foundation with a sponge, which I have since found out I prefer a brush. And also, it was right when I first started doing makeup, so I wasn't really 100% on different formulations and methods and tricks and stuff like that. And I've also, in the past, didn't use primer. So I'm going to use two different primers to see if either one makes it look better. Where's my other one? Here it is. So on one side, I'm going to use the Hello Fab Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer. And I am going to put this one all over that dry patch because this one I know will not help that. And it is the AOA Studio Wonder Skin, the Poreless Primer. Because this foundation, one of the main reasons I did not like it was it accentuated my pores and everything like crazy. It was like you took an uneven wall. I know I said this in another video, and this is where I get it. And you just smacked paint on it, didn't try to shear anything out, didn't try to smooth anything over, nothing. So I'm going to take the moisturizing primer and I'm going to do that on this side of my face and then the poreless on this side. And I'm going to put a little bit on my cheek, and then, like I said, I am going to take this across that whole dry patch on my forehead because I know that it will help that dry patch. The other one just, it's not meant to like really help smooth out dry skin. And if this is a more matte formulation, then I need something to help that dry patch. Also, I'm sorry if my lip right here looks like it's bruised. It's not. I was wearing a really dark blue lipstick earlier and I couldn't get it off that one area. So I have what looks like a bruised lip, but don't worry, we'll be covering it. So I already did my eyeshadow. As you can see, I used the Storybook Cosmetics Red Riding Hood eyeshadow palette because I wanted this look to be fully focused on the face. So I was not going to do that on camera. So this is about how much of this I would typically use on one side of my face. Put a little bit on my forehead, but I'm not going to bring it down into that dry area. I'm just going to take it across the sides and my temple where I would still get oily and have some enlarged pores. And then I'm going to give all of this a chance to kind of settle in a little bit before I start smacking on foundation. So anyway, the way I would have used this before is I would have put it on, probably would not have set it because I didn't use a lot of like other face products, maybe a little bit of highlighter, but this is mainly one that I went to when I just felt like I needed a little bit of coverage somewhere. So again, I have the shade Soft Ivory, which, I mean, looks pretty light. It doesn't look terribly far off, but in all reality, probably is not the best shade match for me. I would have to go back and revisit their entire shade range if I wound up liking the way this looks in this try on. I'm not going to do a full day wear because I just want to see how it looks. I might wind up setting part of it. I might not. I don't know. It just is going to depend. So for anyone who has not used this foundation, it comes with this strange little spatula, which I'm just going to take and put a little bit of it on my face. And it smells like paint, which is another thing that gives me the paint analogy. It's like why I can't shake it, because it legitimately smells like something that you should not put on your face ever. So, you know, which, okay, I love Wet n Wild, don't get me wrong. And that was one reason that I wanted to try this foundation way back when. I'm going to take my trusty foundation brush. This is not my BH Cosmetics. This is my BS Mall one, which is one that I use daily for my foundation for work. So anyway, I wanted to try this foundation because I love Wet n Wild. It's really affordable, and everyone that I watched videos from, and even that I had talked to in person that had tried it, loved it. So I was like, you know, you can't go wrong, right? No, apparently you can. And I hated everything about it. So color match is definitely not fully accurate, but it's not horrible. I could get away with it. But I don't know if you can see, but it just sits bad. We're going to ignore it emphasizing the dry patch because all of them do that if it doesn't settle down. But like, look at this texture here. What is even happening? Like I said, I'm going to go through the whole routine of what I would do for foundation and see if we can help salvage it. Because I want to know if it's worth trying again in different ways or if I should just toss it, honestly. Because it's not one that I reach for. I have other foundations now. And if it's not going to serve me in any way, there's no reason to keep it. Okay, so I'm going to show you how it sits on my nose. It's just not, like, it doesn't look terrible across here, which could be that poreless primer, because this side is just sitting weird. All through here, across here, it looks like it's clinging to patches that aren't dry. My forehead just looks so bad. Okay. So far, I'm still not liking it a lot. So what I'm going to try to do is take a powder that I know and trust, which is also drugstore, which is the e.l.f. Sheer powder. And I'm going to take a big fluffy brush. This is a Moda brush. And I'm going to try to set part of it. Not that I really need to, but I'm hoping, because sometimes that's the case, that it might make it look a little less makeup-y. It might meld it into my skin just a little, because I've had to do this before with other foundations. So I'm going to just swirl my brush around in the lid, getting some on there. And what I'm going to do is right in this area, with just maybe it helped a little. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, which doesn't look bad. Didn't make it look worse. Let me see if I can save my nose with some powder before. A little. I'm going to see how close I can get. There's this area right here. It just doesn't look good. it looks like it's making pores to go into. Which obviously I know I actually have pores there, but bless me. Yeah, it just doesn't. I think I got powder up my nose. I just don't like the way it sits. So we're still gonna finish the look. I'm gonna use products that I like and see if maybe once I've got a full face, if it's maybe not as noticeable. So we're gonna go in with a little bit of BH Cosmetics bronzer, which is the satin bronzer in Tranquil Tan. And I'm trying to make all the products that I'm using in this part drugstore so that it's all affordable. Obviously the eyeshadow palette is not drugstore, but so we're gonna just take this right along my cheek, up a little bit. I'm not doing anything too heavy, but I also want it enough where you can see it, because we're gonna see how it sits on the foundation. Doesn't look bad. Like, it looks like it's blending onto it relatively well, except for if it picks up whatever's happening right here on this side. Yeah, this side looks pretty good, especially since this is the side that usually gives me trouble. Take a little bit on my forehead. I do not use blush, so I feel like using blush would be unfair, because of course I would think that it looks a little worse. And so we're gonna go in next with highlighter, because you can always save a look with some highlighter, right? Right? This is the ColourPop part of the Disney collection. It is part of Your World. I use this one quite often. It's a like pearlescent pink. If you can see it there on my ring finger. What I might have to do is pit this foundation against another foundation one day as like part of another should I keep it, and see once everything else is said and done how it looks compared to another foundation that's also drugstore. Because if the other one looks better, I really don't see any reason to justify keeping this one. Because, like, yes, it's affordable. Yes, I can probably wind up making it work. But if another foundation looks just as good, if not better, why bother? Put a little bit down my nose, across the tip of my nose, and Cupid's bow. Alright, I'm going to take a little bit more of this highlighter and use as inner corner highlight right on my pinky. Boop, boop, boop. Alright, now lips. I'm not going to bother putting on any mascara because I'm not going to be going anywhere. I'm just doing all this for fun to see if I want to keep the foundation. What lipstick that's in front of me is drugstore that I want to use? I'm going to put my glasses on. So I think I'm going to go in with this, which is the Revlon Ultra Matte. I clearly got mine on clearance for $4. And this is in the shade HD Crush. It's got a nice little doe foot. They smell really good. It's like a fruity scent. Take that all over. Ooh, there's a lot on that side. See, okay, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but like even just looking at it like this, just the way it sits right here, it's very unpleasant. Like it looks like it's already about to start creasing and cracking. And then across my nose, I don't know. Give me your thoughts down below. If you like this foundation, what skin type do you have? What am I doing wrong? Or does it just not suit oily skin? I want your thoughts. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Let me know if there are any other drugstore products you want me to try, because if I have them, I gladly will. If not, I will try to hunt them down. I don't exactly have the money to just try high-end products, but I will definitely do it for drugstore. So let me know. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Let me know if I'm doing something wrong with this foundation, and subscribe if you want to see more of my content. Thank you, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!